Hey everybody, welcome back. I know, long time no see, right? Um, I've had a lot going on. As you all know, we had family in town. We had a bathroom reno going on. And actually, we thought the bathroom reno was done yesterday. And then something had to come back and be tweaked this morning. So now I believe it's all done. Now I just have to put everything back together, get all the stuff in there, shelving, towels, washcloths, all that good stuff. So, yes, finally, hopefully things can get back on track since I don't have um, the guy coming in and working and using power tools and just all the noise. So, although I have to say, I am so sad my Uncle Lyndon has gone home. I miss him so, so much. And if you are watching, which I know you are at some point, I love you. I miss you. Can't wait till we get to see each other again. So, let's get to it. What am I here for today? No, it is not Amigurumi Monday. I have not had a chance to work on any Amis because of so much going on. So, since today is the last day of June 2025 already, I am going to do my hashtag craft yourself free for my June totals for the month of finished projects. So, for those of you who don't know what hashtag craft yourself free is, I will link Sam from Memphis Makes and Christina over at Bella Uncinetto in the description box. They are the ones who came up with the hashtag craft yourself free. Um, and basically, it encompasses anything that you consider a craft or a hobby to kind of hold ourselves accountable and try and use some of those materials that have been sitting around or brand new ones. Doesn't matter how old it is. Could be new, old, could be something you bought today, could be something you bought 5 years ago, or something you really enjoy, like reading so many pages in a book or chapters or gardening, etc. Anything you consider crafty, hobby, anything. Um, they will be linked in the description box. And if you do not know who they are or have not watched their hashtag craft yourself free segments, please go over there and check them out. And while you're over there, watch the videos for the last several. I think they started in January, and give those videos some thumbs up and some watch time, and tell them hi. Um, but anyhow, so what we are doing is, depending on what your crafts are, you can count them. Um, like for instance, yarn. You can either do it by full balls, labels, ounces, how many yards. Right now, I am doing ounces used, and then I break it down into grams and pounds. And I am also saving my labels for end of year, although I know ounces used versus yards used on the labels will not be the same because we always have some leftover little balls that sometimes we don't get to right away, or we have used little bits and pieces of those, and so there's no yarn bands at that point to count yet. If you even have a yarn band, I have a lot of them that have no yarn band anymore. Have no idea where they went. So anyway, I'm going to give you a rundown of the projects that I completed in June. And unbelievably, there are 0 amiguramis. Yeah, I can't believe that. This is probably a first. We're going to have to do something about that in July, guys, because I honestly didn't even realize I still have the pig in the living room in the basket. All the parts are done. I just have not gotten to it to have a surgery day. So that will be coming up for July. Um, Hopefully, maybe next week. We'll just have to see. But anyhow, I figured I'd start with the donations projects that I finished up. And first, first in line, I did, after finishing a project that you will see here shortly, I had a smidgy bit ball of some yarn left, and so I figured it was just enough to do some hearts for to send over to Sam because I've been doing those here and there with the scraps, and it's a great scrap buster. And it's the little hearts for Hearts Healing Hearts, where you make them in pairs and you tie them together. So with that little ball that I had left over from a project, I was able to get one pair, two pairs, three pairs, whoa, and four pairs. So I got four pairs or 8 hearts that are ready. And this was all the hearts that I was able to get done for Hearts Healing Hearts. And if you want to know more about Hearts Healing Hearts, go over to Sam's channel, Memphis Makes. She talks about them multiple times a month, usually in her crochet catch up, her craft yourself free, and all that. And she's got all the information. I'm not going to go into that with you. I just like to make them, and I know several others do, and send them over to her when I have quite a few. And yeah, so I got 4 pairs of those. And the total for the little 4 hearts was 0.78 ounces. And then, and I'm trying to think how I'm going to, because this is quite a stack here. Another of our yarny friends that is all about some donation things as well as a lot of us others is our yarny friend Laura, affectionately called Lala or Mimi, over at Mad Mimi's Crochet and Farming. Most of you know who she is. If you don't, go check her out as well. She is awesome. You will love her too. She does the Bod Hatapalooza and donates those hats to one of her local places, the Bread Line for the homeless. And recently she had a kind of a new calling where she has started putting together, what do you want? Hygiene packs with like your deodorant wipes, bandages, a razor, toothbrush, toothpaste, shampoo, soap, things like this. And one of the things, and she loves to always include, like most of us do, a handmade item. So she started making handmade washcloths to put in these bags. And as Laura will tell you, she's a bit of a slow crocheter. I don't think she's as slow as she thinks she is because I've seen her whip out quite a few projects. But her words is she's a little slow at getting those things done. So some of us have kind of found it in our heart to answer her calling, so to speak. And we have started making washcloths to send to her so that she can use those in her hygiene packs for the homeless in her local area. So, normally when I'm like sitting and in between projects, or if I have an appointment, or I need to pay attention to something and I need something mindless to do, I have been grabbing some random balls of cotton, leftovers, and some that I have acquired that I haven't used. So I'm trying to get those used up, get them gone out of the stash, get things moving. And so I have been making them. And as of today, for this month, last month I made 16. This month I have made 25. So here's 1, 2, and I'm not going to open them up, guys. 3, 4, there's 5, and I'm going to put them in this thing because these are going to have to be laundered, and then I'm going to put them in large store. I think I have 2-gallon size storage bags. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. So 25 washcloths to, and that adds to the 16 from last month. So that's 25, 41. So I think I'll probably do about 9 more to get it up to 50, maybe do 60. I'm not sure. And then I will get them all laundered and bagged up and shipped off to her. Up to Alaska they will go, where they can do some good. And let me put these little hearts in here. Well, no. I'm going to put those up there because I need to put them in the plastic bag. So that's 25. Sorry about that if I just bumped my mic. So 25 washcloths, 4 pairs of hearts. And then, of course, we all have a year of dishcloths that we're doing with Laura over at Mad Mimi's Crochet and Farming. And number 38, I did my own thing because, remember, I didn't like the stripes. And, oh, by the way, the washcloths for all 25 weighed 36.68 ounces in cotton. This is my Wednesday wipeout number 38, and this was 1.98. And I'm going to keep these separate, although I may end up putting that in there. Who knows? And then, let's see. The next one, number 39, was our flag dishcloth for a year of dishcloths with Laura, and that was 1.52 ounces. And let's see. Then next was the orange slice right here. And the orange slice, that was number 46. No, 40. 0.92 ounces. So that was the third one for a year of dishcloths. And then next was the sunflower. This was number 41. And this was 1.09 ounces. And then I'm going to only give you a real quick peek of number 42 because we're not showing them technically till Wednesday. So I'm going to do a real quick sneaky peek. And it was number 42 called the Bayberry. Boop. One more time. Boop. And that one was 1.20 ounces. So I had 5 of those done in the month of June. And I'm going to leave that right there. I'm probably going to get myself all mixed up here. And then we all know, what did I do? There she is. Okay. So one of the, this was the second thing I completed in June. And it was my Mandala Madness. That was the collaboration with the lovely Amanda over at Obsessive Crochet Lady and myself, where we were doing 2 of these. This was the Nifflers version, and I completed the other one in May, at the end of May, and then finished this one up in June, beginning of June. And this weighed in at 41.6 ounces of Lion Brand Mandala. So we're going to put that up there. And I love it so much. And when Uncle Lyndon was here, he saw it in person. And he says it looks so much prettier in person than it actually does on screen in video. So it made my heart happy. So yes, that was 41.6 ounces. And then, and I forgot to take the tags off. Gosh darn it. I made this bow sun hat to enter into the fair out of one of the cones of lilies, sugars, and cream cotton. And this came out to 7.37 ounces. And I did get a blue ribbon on my hat. There's the front. This band wasn't part of the pattern that I was following. I just added it. And then I made it match this. I pulled from the purple, from the speckles, because it's got like this like maroon, burgundy, light burgundy, and like a little bit of a blue and some purple. So I kind of wanted to pull that color out. So that was what I did with the bow hat. And there it is on the mannequin head. It got kind of squished up a little bit, so I need to really work with it again. But I thought this was a really fun hat. So, but there's that. And like I said, the bow hat was 7.37 ounces. And then one of the other projects that I was working on that I had talked to you guys about, and I said I wasn't liking how it was working out, so I scrapped it. It was still sitting in the basket. In my brain, I wasn't going to finish it. And I moved on to a different project at the last minute, thinking I was going to enter a baby item and thought that I wasn't going to finish it. Well, I actually finished the baby item quicker than I thought I would, and I still had time left. So I worked with the scarf a little bit to see if I could tweak it a little bit, make it so I wasn't completely happy with it, but I still turned it in because it was finished. And unbelievably, it earned a blue ribbon. Um, that was kind of like my hat last year that I started the night before, was weaving in ends right before I ran out the door to turn it in and didn't think it was going to place, and it got a blue ribbon as well. But this was the scarf. It kind of does this crisscross thing, which I wish, doing the pattern, I wish that they would have, I'm going to mess up my curls. It goes kind of like this. Mind you, all my hair is in the way, and you button it with the buttons. There's 3 of them right here. You button the buttons so that it's like this. Kind of like a button-up cowl. And it's got this rose, and I did it in, it's this, is it Mainstay Sparkle? Oh, I don't even see it in here. I think it's the Mainstay, that dark, like teal sparkle. And you're really seeing the sparkle. I'm surprised. But it went with the, this is the Red Heart Super Saver Ombre in Scuba. So that was the scarf. And it came in at 4.90 ounces. So there was that. And then I did the baby item that I was working on. When I thought I wasn't going to finish that, I decided I wasn't going to do a baby Afghan to enter into the baby category for the fair. I wanted to do a crocheted baby clothing item. I had never done one. In all these years that I even remember, I never did a baby clothing item. So I decided I was going to do a little romper. And I should have taken these tags off, but I was grabbing this stuff. I was like, I'm going to record while I have the chance. And these were sitting in the bags outside of my yarn room. So I just grabbed them out. And it buttons here in the crotch area. And I did it with, I think this pink is the Mainstays pink cotton. It's like a dusty pink. And then this variegated cotton right here is, and it just, you sew them on. I want to say it's I Love This Cotton. I'm trying to remember. Is it? Oh, that's not it. Don't. I have so many labels here. I'll show you in a minute. But I think it's I Love This Cotton. If I can find the label, I'll let you guys know. And the pattern did not have anything on the front. So I just did a little flower. Just did a circle with some little and that's the little stamen. It keeps laying flat. Probably should cut it smaller. Just did a circle and put some little petals on it. And then I sewed it on like it was an applique. And then there's also 3 little buttons on the back to you can either put it over the head or not. But I think it came out super cute. I have nobody in my family or friends line that are having babies or even have had a baby girl. So I do believe this is going to be shipped over to Christina over at Bella Uncinetto for the baby hampers, the baby baskets that they are making on the base over in Italy for the new and expectant moms over there on base. So, because I don't know anybody that would even use this, and I wanted to make a baby clothing item, and um, why not send it over there so that it can go in a gift basket for someone and their baby can get some use out of it because otherwise it's going to sit in a basket here and I would rather it go somewhere where it's going to get used. But I think it is so stinking cute. And in a perfect world, if I knew somebody having babies, little girls, I would be making a bunch of these, especially if they were going to be little in the summertime when they could wear this. So, yeah, that was this. And like I said, I finished it before I thought I was going to. So I just went back to the scarf and I'm like, okay, try and do something with it. See what you can do. And that was what I did. So this is getting donated as well. So that is going in the donation basket. I'm going to put that in there. And then, let's see. The other project that I finished for June was one that has been on the hook for a while. I do believe, maybe not. I think this was started at right after the first of the year. It was one of those, I always keep a project bag to carry with me to like appointments and stuff because I'm usually having to wait for a while, especially if it's a Nashville appointment at like my MS doctor or whatever. And so I'm always starting blankets that I can carry with me until they get too big. And then, of course, I start another one while I'm gone. And that's how I end up with so many blankets in the works. But I finally sat down and said, this one needs to get done before I start any more blankets. And so now I need to start going through blankets that are on the old whip list, pull those out and start getting them done so I can get them all finished and start anew. So I used, let's see, nope, oops. I used, and this was the blanket that I had a little bit of pink left over. I was using the Mandala ombre in the color Serene. You can see there's that pink right there. And using up the last of what was left when I finished this, I used three, four, five, six labels, six full balls, because what was left, that little scrappy bit, I ended up making the 4 pairs, the 8 little hearts, 4 hearts, healing hearts. And this was a C2C that I was doing in the Mandala Serene. I think it is very pretty. And I'm kind of wishing that I would have had more. But if I did have any more in my stash of this particular colorway, I don't know where it is. It's buried somewhere. So this is what it turned out like. So this, I feel, is a little too small for a hospice make. So I do believe this one is also going to be going to Christina to add to the other 2 blankets I have finished. And the little romper. I'm going to send these over for the baby hampers that they're making on the base over in Sicily. So this is another donation. Quite a few donations this month. And let's see. Everything hospice has already gone there. That was completed last month. That was waiting around. So that was all my projects. There was 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39 altogether. And label wise, I used 6 of the Lion Brand Mandala Ombre in Serene for that C2C. And then for the Lion Brand Mandala Nifflers for the Mandala Madness make along with Amanda. She will also be linked in the description box. I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 15 right there. And then I've got cotton labels, guys. I've got 1. Oops, I am hitting that mic. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oops, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 cotton. Oops. 19 labels for cotton. And then, how many was this one? 1, 2, So 34. I've got 34 labels to go in my basket for the end of year totals. I can't believe I got 34 bands. Unbelievable. Writing that down because I know I'll forget. So, what was my total in ounces, grams, and pounds for June? Ounces altogether, I used 142.33 ounces, and that equates to 4,034.99 grams. And then converted into pounds, it was 8.90 pounds. 8 pounds, 8.90. 8.90. That's a lot. I don't remember what my total was last month. I think our total last month was higher. Barely. Because for May, my total was 142.51 ounces, and this time I did 142.33. So I was almost hit it. Almost. Almost, guys. So close. So close. But yeah, guys, that was my June 2025 hashtag craft yourself free totals. And if you guys are wanting to join in with the craft yourself free, you don't have to be a content creator. You can figure out how you want to do your crafting, and it helps keep you accountable. And you know, those of us that, and I know a lot of us have a sizable stash, and it's helping to use some of the stash. So it's not just sitting there looking pretty. It's turning into beautiful things that we can either donate or use or gift. And I think that's what I'm really loving about it. And yeah, just trying to shop my stash. Especially since we all went on the Joann's liquidation yarn buying benders. And oh mercy. So a lot of us have a lot of yarn to use up, and what better way to hold ourselves accountable and keep shopping our stash, right? And it doesn't necessarily have to be in your stash. So, because sometimes, you know, inevitably we have to go buy a color we need for a project. So, but yeah, there we go. 34 yarn bands and 142.33 ounces or 8.90 pounds. Unbelievable. I'm so proud of myself. But anyhow, I guess I'm going to let you guys go. I'm hoping to have myself back on track and try and get some content done and start getting it uploaded for you guys. Not sure what is on the agenda for tomorrow. Hopefully, I can figure out something. We all know what Wednesday is. It's Wipeout Wednesday. Still kind of floundering with Thursday as well. And I know this week we didn't do an Amigurumi Monday, but that will be back when, like I said, I have some time to work on the Ami and start getting that ball rolling because I have a list of special requests that I need to start getting done too. So, with that, I'm going to let you guys go and leave you with these parting words. Life is not perfect, so be kind. Try and create something new every day and keep reaching for the stars in your yarn. So, until next time, guys, love you bunches. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.